my fellow comic book collectors. Today we're doing the price variance show, and we're looking at another set of artists. We're each going to be showcasing one artist that we really love. And I had one that was a little hard because of censoring issues, but hopefully Mark is going to show us something that's really great that doesn't need to be censored for everybody. So Mark, what do you have to show us?
Right. So for the second week in a row, Alan has chosen somebody whose majority of these artwork you can't see.
Because I'm a dirty old man. What can I say?
And for the second week in a row, I have chosen somebody who I don't need to censor at all. Mm-hmm. Last week, I chose an artist Alan had never heard of. I am 99.9% sure Alan will know the artist I have chosen this week. He worked quite a lot, or a fair amount, on Warren publications. So Alan certainly should know them. And it is Al Williamson.
Oh, okay.
Do you know Al Williamson?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I'm going to, so Al Williamson was born in about early 1930s. And he died in 2010. So he had a good innings. He was 79 years old when he died. And he is most famous for having picked up the mantle of drawing Flash Gordon from the original artist, who was a gentleman called Alex Raymond. Mm-hmm. Alex Raymond was the creator and original artist on Flash Gordon. I could have chosen Alex Raymond, but I actually chose to go for Al Williamson because he's got more volume of work to show because he lived longer. Alex Raymond died in a car crash when he was 46. Oh, wow. So Al Williamson actually grew up reading the Alex Raymond Flash Gordon stuff, and that's what inspired him to get into art in the first place.
Is Williamson the one that did the King Comics ones?
Yes. So yeah, okay. I'm just about to show you my first comic here, which is...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I've lost 4 times on that book.
It's a great book. So this is King Comics, Flash Gordon, #1. And the cover artwork there is Al Williamson. Really, he does absolutely fantastic artwork on Flash Gordon. And he drew Flash Gordon for a long time. Interestingly, he also picked up another of Alex Raymond's characters called Special Agent X9, who he retitled it eventually to Special Agent Corrigan, that ran as a newspaper strip for about 20 odd years. So Al Williamson he became the second Alex Raymond in a way. So I've got some more Flash Gordon stuff here.
By the way, that first book is pretty pricey now. I think it's up there. Every time I bid on it, it goes crazy. Like the bids
I think it's an 8.5. It's about $250, something like that.
No. You're way off.
Am I? Okay.
Yeah, it's more like in the 1,000 range, I think.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because I bid on lower grade copies, and they would sell for about $400 or $500.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm out of touch.
Yeah.
And that dates from 1966. Okay, so I've got some more from the King Comics Flash Gordon series. This is Flash Gordon #4, and again we have got Al Williamson on the cover art, and there's 2 Flash Gordon stories in here, and also a Special Agent X9 story. Now, I'm going to play Snap now because that is Flash Gordon #4. Mm-hmm. That is Sinister Tales #70, which is a British Alan Class comic. He had the rights to.
It's the same, same cover.
It's not only just the same cover; it's actually got all the contents of this comic in this comic, except this one is in black and white, and this one is in colour. Now, I'm going to put up some images when I edit this, showing the color images and the black and white images. And I actually think Al Williamson's artwork works better in black and white than it does in color. And of course, the majority of the Flash Gordon stuff went out in newspapers in a black and white format. So that makes sense to a certain extent. Okay, I have a few more of these. So this is issue number 5, which is also Al Williamson artwork. And again, it's Flash Gordon and Dr. Zarkov, his traveling companion. Now, I'm going to show you this cover. Now, this is really interesting. When I looked at this, I thought, oh, that's Al Williamson. Because if you compare that art there to the number 4 we looked at, it looks very similar, doesn't it? This isn't actually, this is not Al Williamson.
Is it like,
this is another artist. But I think he has deliberately copied his style from Al Williamson because it's very, very similar. The way he draws Dale Arden.
Who's the artist?
I can't. I'm going to put the guys, when I edit it, I'll put the guy's name up. I can't remember it. And on that one, I can place Snap on that one as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It's a great cover. I really like that cover, although it's not Al
Yeah, lots
Williamson.
of stuff going on it. It's pretty great.
Yeah. And I know these aren't Al Williamson, but this is another of the Flash Gordon series, and it's a really nice cover again. This is not Al Williamson. This is another artist, and I'll put their name up when I edit it. And of course, I can place Snap with that one as well. And I do actually quite like, when I get these Alan Class reprints, I do quite like to get the original comic that it's based on. And this one's nice because it's got, I actually bought this from Alan Class's personal collection. So that's a certificate of authority signed by Alan Class saying this comic has come from his personal collection.
So the pedigree.
It's a pedigree, yeah, and it's in absolutely. It's in near mint condition.
So that's like a file copy, yeah. Those are pretty great to get. Yeah.
And I'm just going to show one more, and this is not Al Williamson. So I'm picking Al Williamson. I'm showing a lot of not Al Williamson artwork. And the reason I'm showing this one is this is the comic that got me into the Flash Gordon series in the first place. Because when I started collecting comics again 18 months, 2 years ago, I went into the attic and I found this comic. I have no idea when I bought it, but I just absolutely loved the cover.
Oh yeah, that's great.
It's a fantastic cover. That is actually Alex Raymond.
Oh, nice.
So,
nice.
Yeah, I mean, I just love it. I don't know what it is that gets the colors, the composition.
Yeah, I mean, the girl's looks like she's going to fall to her death.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd say so. That's Alex Raymond, actually. I just love that cover, and of course, I like it even more because it's actually a UK price variant. So you can see it's got 10D written on it. I think that is very, very, very rare. Right. Okay, back to Al Williamson. So Flash Gordon did move to Marvel at one point in time. This is Marvel Comics Flash Gordon #1, and the artist is Al Williamson. Really nice cover art here for this Marvel comic. And we were talking about artists who are complex. And one of the things I like about Al Williamson is the amount of detail that he puts into his artwork. You know, really, really detailed. He does a lot of detail work, and I like that.
Me too. I'm big for that. Yeah.
It's and this is issue 2. I actually picked this up in a dollar bin about a month ago, and it cost me £1. So this is Flash Gordon the Marvel run #2, and again Al Williamson artwork on the cover. So course, Al Williamson didn't just work on Flash Gordon. Now, interestingly, in these comics here that I just showed you, the one with Al Williamson, the person who wrote the stories was a guy called Archie Goodwin. Now,
yep.
Archie Goodwin.
Again, he also worked for Warren. So yeah,
he was the editor in chief and main writer for about 3 years, from 64 to 67 or something like that. He knew Al Williamson, because Al Williamson also worked at Warren. And here we have, and I know you've got both these comics and you showed them. I'm going to show them again.
Sure.
It's Creepy #1.
Jack Davis cover. Yeah.
And inside we have 2 Al Williamson stories. Yeah. From the first issue of Creepy. First one, it's called H2O World, and it's very Flash Gordon-like.
Mm-hmm.
A bit more of the artwork there. You can see it's very, very Flash Gordon-esque.
I can't think of many covers that Al Williamson did.
No, I couldn't find a cover. There's one cover, and I'll come to that in a second. The second story he has in the first issue of Creepy is this one, the success story, and we do get some Al Williamson zombies or ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that.
Yep.
So
yeah, I'm familiar with those issues.
I know. And so issue 2. Now, interestingly, in Creepy 1, Archie Goodwin isn't mentioned, but in issue 2, he's there as the story editor. Mm-hmm. So he must have been recruited somewhere between issue 1 and 2, and we get another Al Williamson story in issue 2. This is a bit less Flash Gordon-like. It's a story called Welcome Stranger. Now, Al Williamson did work in, I think he did work on about 4 or 5 issues of Creepy. Mm-hmm. And they were eventually put together as a collection in Creepy 137, which is an Al Williamson art special. Mm-hmm. Now, I have not got that, but I bet you have somewhere.
So that's not I believe that is not Warren. I believe that's Harris.
Ah, okay. Yes, it may well be.
I could check. I'd have to check. I'm gonna maybe between videos I'll check. But I think the run goes from 130. Actually, maybe it goes to 139. I gotta remember my numbers.
Okay, but 137 is it reprints. It's got Al Williamson artwork on the cover, and it reprints all the work he'd done for Creepy in previous issues.
So on your channel, I'll dig that book out and show it.
That would be great.
Okay, because I have them, even the reprints. Actually, I think it went to 142 if I remember correctly. It's been a while that I looked at these books. So
I've actually looked. I haven't got. I only found out about that today when I was doing research, and it's actually quite a pricey. It's actually reasonably pricey, and I can only find copies in the States. So I think it's going to have to.
I was buying those for $2 each. $2 each back in the day.
Well, even that one, 137, was something like $40. Not just in a mid grade.
Yeah.
So, and finally, my final Al Williamson, later on, he went to work at Pacific Comics, and he did work which appeared in Alien Worlds, which we talked about before, and we've talked about Pacific Comics before. This is Alien Worlds #1.
Great
the first story is Al Williamson artwork. And again, it is quite
nice.
It's nice. It's quite Flash Gordon like stuff. And his work does appear in, I think, issue 1. Yeah, it's nice stuff here. I mean, this is a really nice series. Some great artists in this. It's a bit like the Warren stuff. They got really good artwork. Because the guy who edited this, a guy called Bruce Jones, I think, also worked at Warren for a period of time. So
that name's very familiar. So
yeah. So there we go. That is my artist of the week, Al Williamson. I just love his artwork, especially the art stuff on Flash Gordon.
Yeah, I mean, I actually recommend anyone that hasn't seen the 70s movie, or is it early 80s or 70s? It's like in that era.
The Dino De Laurentiis one with the
that was awesome.
With the Queen backing
Queen
music.
Soundtrack and stuff. It's just great. So yeah, that's what got me into Flash Gordon, and I like Flash Gordon a lot too. And Buck Rogers. I liked Buck Rogers as a kid.
Yeah. Too. Well, it's similar sort of thing, isn't it? It's the sort of
they're sort
American
of like
hero goes into space. Anybody who has not seen the Flash movie, go and check it out. It's great fun. It's very kitschy. It's got one of my favourite British actors in it called Brian Blessed as Zoltan. And it's got Timothy Dalton.
And he's like the big Hawkman kind of guy.
Yeah, he's the Hawkman. Yeah.
Timothy Dalton's in it too.
Yeah. That is well worth checking out. Great fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. Yeah, so great artist to choose. Okay, so part 2 of this, of our artists for this week, will be showing on Mark's channel. So I'll link it at the end of this video, and I will link it in the description as well. And you can check out my artist choice on Mark's channel. I thought that was really great, Mark. An artist that I like actually too.
I knew you'd know Al Williamson.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with his style as much, believe it or not, because within Warren, he was mainly an interior artist.
Yes,
so but I saw his name over and over again, so I recognized the name from that. I didn't realize that he had done the Flash Gordon though.
Yes.
So that was interesting for me. That was cool. But I know those Flash Gordons because I actually been trying to pick them up and always failing. So really great choice.
Yeah. So, okay. Thanks, Alan.
Okay. Bye, everyone.